My next guest is the newest member of the UFC roster. Literally, we just found this out tonight. It's Dominick Reyes, who's going to be taking on Joachim Christensen at UFC Fight Night 112 on June 25th. Dom, how good does that sound, UFC fighter?
Oh, it sounds just about right, man. Something I've been working for a long time. I'm happy it's finally here, and I'm actually ready to go and party, man. The UFC. That's where the fun begins.
For sure. And again, you're coming off the highlight reel win at LFA 13, and we'll talk about that in a sec. But first, how quickly did this come together? Because, again, you just fought, and now you're fighting in the UFC.
It came together pretty quickly, man. I mean, I'm finding out just as quickly as you are, it feels like. They called, they said they needed a last-minute replacement. I said, hey, might as well.
Fantastic. Who's the first person you told when you found out the news?
My mom.
Nice.
My mom and dad. Yeah. They were so happy, man. I mean, everybody's extremely excited for me, and I'm just kind of focusing on the fight. So it's like, oh, yeah, they're like, oh, everybody's like, congratulations, and really excited for me. I'm excited too, but I'm just like, I have work to do, and then I'll celebrate. I'll celebrate in July, man. We'll have a good 4th of July.
Well, your last fight couldn't have gone any better. LFA 13, we talked about this fight, fighting for LFA and the magnitude of that. And you went out there and you get the highlight reel finish. I love the knockout. I mean, if people haven't seen it, your opponent kind of gives you a look and then you just kick him in the face and knock him out. What was the reception like after that fight? Because that clip went viral. It was everywhere on my social media.
It was absolutely crazy, man. I have over 1 million views on World Star Hip Hop on that video. I walked into the bar that night, and it was playing on SportsCenter at that moment. It was insane. I was like, what? I mean, everything's just been great. Everything's just been working out better than I could have ever imagined, man. It's a lot of hard work, and it's happening, man. It's happening.
It certainly is. Just one more thing on the win. Did any fighters reach out to you kind of congratulating you on the finish in that fight? Because I imagine lots of people are probably blowing your phone up.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much every fighter I've ever trained with has congratulated me and wished me luck and the best. So it feels good, man, to have a good community behind you of good people that back you up. So good. And
I know this is all fresh, but you are fighting Joachim Christensen. Thoughts on the matchup? Was he a guy that you knew about, or is this sort of new to you?
I've never heard of him before prior to this, but he's a tough man. He's a tough man. I mean, it's gonna be a good fight. He's a tough opponent. He's long like myself. He's tall. He likes to keep it standing like myself. So I think it'll be a fun matchup. Expect to see some fists flying, some feet flying. It's gonna be a good one. I think it's a great debut fight for me.
Now, are you still in Colorado training?
No, I'm back in Hesperia right now, the high desert of California.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, so who are you training with out there, helping you get ready?
Craig Buchanan, my striking coach, and Joe Stevenson.
Nice.
Yeah. So I got solid coaches, and I'm confident in my abilities, and my coaches are confident in my abilities. They know what I need to work on, things I need to sharpen up before this, and we're all down for the get down, man.
That's great. Are they going to? I imagine, are Joe and Craig going to be in your corner for this fight?
Craig can't make it, but Joe will be there, and my brother Jose will be there.
Oh, awesome. Okay, that's good to hear. The weight cut, I imagine it's not too bad because you just fought.
No, I mean, I'm right back to where I was, so the weight cut's going to be easy. I'm staying on my conditioning. It's still pretty damn good. So, I mean, what better time than now? It's crazy how well it's lining up for me.
Yeah, I know it really has worked out well. What's your prediction? I mean, are we going to see another highlight reel finish? What sort of how do you sort of see this fight unfolding? Because the luck's on your side right now.
Oh yeah. I don't like to call it how it's going to go down. You know that, but I could see a TKO possibly. Before
I let you go, I got to mention something just because it happened to pop up the last time you and I did an interview. Jordan Johnson, who actually trains at the lab now, he's on Twitter and he's giving you a hard time about an opponent, a friend of his or something. What's the deal there with that? Because he was saying something about you not fighting Justin Jones. What's going on there?
I've literally never met either of them ever. I think he was just trying to get his buddy a fight because I'm fighting on the big show. I'm getting attention, and, there's a little jealousy that happens. So I think he was just trying to get his buddy a fight by trying to talk crap, I guess. I don't know. People are desperate these days.
Well, I was going to say, now that, Jordan sort of, kind of came after you for no reason, is that a fight you want now with, this kind of him coming after you?
I want to get through this first, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay, interesting. Because I was going to say, yeah, for sure. I mean, you're not looking past your opponent here, but I thought it was interesting because, we did the interview, and then he's on Twitter, and him and his buddies were kind of going after you, and I was like, what? Dom, you're not a guy to, turn down fights or anything like that. It was kind of odd, so who knows?
Oh, I mean, I'm a professional, if you want to talk to the promoters and actually do it like a man, like the right way, instead of acting like a child, then that's different, but whatever. People think they have to act like Conor McGregor these days, so everybody's trying to find themselves, I guess.
Last question for you here. I know you don't get a lot of time, but what are you watching on TV right now? Are you getting that little bit of time to kind of watch something before you go to bed or anything? Still Rick and Morty?
I've been watching Rick and Morty, but also my highlight on ESPN. That's pretty cool.
Yes, yeah, that's good answer. I like that. Just watching that on repeat. You just PVR Sports Center and just play it over and over again.
Yeah, just let it run all day long.
Yeah, good choice.
I haven't watched any TV actually since my last fight, so I've headed to Vegas afterwards. Enjoyed that, and now I'm fighting. So back to work.
And just, one more thing, how much does this, getting in the UFC go to LFA? I mean, it was great that you got to compete for them. It sounded like you had a really good experience fighting for them.
Oh, fantastic, man. I mean, I feel like the whole point of LFA is to show out when the bright lights are shining. And if you can do that, then why not get pulled up, right? So to do what I already know I can do, going out and performing when the lights are shining the brightest, that's literally what it's all about for me. And prove it to everyone in such a, ridiculous fashion. It feels really good, man. I mean, the whole experience was great. It was really, LFA is a great organization, man. They treat their fighters right. You're treated with respect. You're not treated like you're dumb, and it's just real comfortable. I was real happy with the experience.
Well, Dominick, congratulations again on the UFC contract. This is going to be a great fight. UFC Fight Night 112. It's coming up here on June 25th. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you got any thank yous or shout outs, the floor is yours.
All right. You guys follow me on Twitter at Dom Reyes. On Instagram, I post a lot on Instagram, so at Dom Reyes 24. And I want to thank my team, Cobra Kai, the Bullet Hole. I want to thank my sponsors, Nutrition Edge, Stein Chiropractic, and Hayabusa. And anyone else that wants to sponsor me, hit me up. And I'll be seeing you guys on the 25th.